Okay, guys, I see many of you have joined. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So once you install VS Code, once you click here to connect to login to connect to your account, this is a page you get, and this is the place where you can log into your account. In case anyone is trying, hence I stopped here. Otherwise, even if you don't try, it's okay. No one is going to ask you questions on VS Code. But you should know, at least you should be able to speak about it. Hence, I'm showing you the practical. It will be there in recording. You can go ahead and watch the recording. You'll know the steps. So if you're portraying that, yes, I have worked on web app, so they will definitely ask you, okay, how do you deploy the code then? And you should be able to speak about it. Yes, we used to use VS Code, right? Though no one is going to ask you questions about it. It is merely a tool. If you start using it, maybe in 10, 15 days, you will also learn these features. Simply a tool. Now, once I'm connected to my account, I will be able to see all the resources which I have here, including my all the resources. But we are interested in our web app, right? While that is being done, let me show you our web app is ready. I mean, we were working on that, but just to show you how it looks, if you go here, sorry, this is how it looks. This is your web app. So this is what we are looking for over there in VS Code. So this is our web app. It is still waiting for the login. Here, see my ID, I'm connected with multiple accounts. So I'll have to select the account which is in picture, select the subscription. With the same ID, I am connected with multiple directories, multiple tenants. I'm not talking about different subscriptions. Using the same ID, I have different tenants. I hope you remember I gave you the example that using one ID, you can connect to multiple tenants also. So it is asking me which account is in picture. So now I selected that, it will start showing me the details. It will start listing the resources. Here it is. I've created the web app here under UT-Kloud 2. This is the subscription I'm using today. The, the one which is in question, resource, that is our app service. We are not working on Cosmo DB. We are not working on function app, logic app as of now. We are not working on virtual machine. As of now, we are worried about app services. So let's click on app service. If you expand it, it will show you what all app services do we have here. Here it is. As of now, we have only one, so it is showing only one. If we had multiple, it will show you multiple. Click on this. Now, at the right hand side, you should see some details. If you click anywhere, uh, but we can directly go to the deployment. If you see here also the options which we were using, that's deployment center. But even if we want to deploy our code, what are we doing here? I hope you understood it well. First, we have deployed a web app. Our domain and everything is ready. We are able to access this. Now we are going ahead and deploying the actual code which our developer team has shared. We could have done it from here, but no one uses this. And even if you talk about this, for sure they will ask more ways to do it, unless you talk about VS Code. Right? So hence we are doing VS Code directly. So I select that. I go to deployment. And then I right click on this deployment. Or deploy to web app. Here also I'm getting this option. In fact, I'm not here also. I'm not getting the option here or configure deployment sources, but let's see. if we get that option here. And guys, do not ever feel bad about it when you don't get options, when you in even interview, if you're not able to see something on the portal. It keeps happening. Now I'm doing the deployment maybe after 2 years, right? Being in designing role, I never have to come here and do the deployment. So what I have done 2 years back, a lot of options have been changed, a lot of them have been changed now, right? So even when we do it, it's completely fine. You may have to struggle, you may have to look for options. Don't ever feel bad about it in your interview. Don't demotivate yourself on the first or second question itself if you're talking about some options and interviewer says, no, those have been changed. Don't worry about it. Right? If they have been changed, okay, I'll look for some similar option here and there and you will get it. So similarly, earlier we used to get deployment option here. We're not getting it, it's okay. I right click here, we are getting it here. Deploy to web app. I clicked on that. And this package is being deployed. It has been deployed successfully. Which package it deployed? This package. And how did it take this package automatically? Let me open that. How did it take this package? Because I had multiple folders. How did VS Code to take only this one? Because if you remember, initially I opened this. I went here, clicked on open folder, right? And I opened that folder. So this was selected. Hence, this one got deployed. So whichever folder you want to deploy, you will select that folder first and you will do the deployment. So now the deployment has been done successfully here. If I go back to my code, let's see. Or in fact, the link, if you go back to your link, guys, and just refresh the page. Go to the link which I shared with you and refresh the page. And let me know if what do you see? This page. Go to this page. Do you have access to this? Do you have the link? Yes, guys, do you have the link from old meeting or should I share it again? I see the link is there.
Mm. Yes.
Anyone is able to see the website?
Mhm.
So this is how it is, guys. This is very simple nowadays, right? You guys will be able to now. This is very basic one pager website I'm talking about, but once the code is written, deployment has become this easy. So this is how you deploy your website. Now you may ask that will we always use this UT-Kloud.azurewebsites.net? Do you think I will like it if I want you guys to say that, okay, I have a website, guys, please refer it to other people and please go ahead and check my courses. UT-Kloud.in is my website name, but instead of UT-Kloud.in, how would you feel my company's website? My company's name is UT-Kloud, right? And my web domain is UT-Kloud.azurewebsites.net. Does it sound professional? Imagine facebook.azurewebsites.net, youtube.azurewebsites.net. Do you think it looks good for business? No, right? You will always require a name which matches to your business, which is your actual domain. Why you don't require any extensions. So that you can achieve using add custom domain. So the moment you add your custom domain here, you'll simply have to come here and add a custom domain. For this, obviously, you'll require a domain. You should own a domain. You'll have to go and change some settings at the domain level also. For example, this utcloud.in, I have purchased it from GoDaddy or Big Rock. So I'll have to go to Big Rock page and uh, I'll have to create some records here. I'll have to add these records over there. So there are a few 10 steps to do that, which we are not doing now because I don't want to play with my domain. It's already up and running with some other services, right? But you can do it using custom domain. Again, why am I not showing it to you? Buying a new domain, it's not a big task. Hardly it will cost me 300-400 rupees. I can buy a new domain and I can show it to you guys. But why am I not doing it? No one in your interview is going to ask you the steps. Also, I have been telling you this from day one. You are not the Superman of your team or of your company. You are not going to do everything. Do you think that you're working for a client, let's say Bank of America, and they are launching an app, uh, Loan dot Bank of America, right? Do you think they will allow you to go ahead and purchase a domain from them or on behalf of them? Go to GoDaddy US website and purchase a domain for us, make the payment from using your credit card, or take my credit card and make the payment. Do you think as a cloud administrator you're going to do that? What do you think, guys? Logically, forget technically. Logically, what do you think? Are they going to give you their card or their payment
No, no.
details? No, right? They will have their own team. They will have their own vendor selection. They'll go ahead and they'll check, because this is not the only thing they're buying, right? It's Bank of America, thousands of domain they have. So they will have their own vendor selection process. They will ask for quotation, maybe 10 quotations. Then they will select one of them. Then they will discuss the payment modes that, okay, we'll be paying you maybe via check or via transfer or whatever it is, right? It's a complete different process. So they will have their own purchasing team, they will have their own payment team, and similarly, they will have their own admin team. Person who's dealing with GoDaddy. You are not dealing with GoDaddy on behalf of Bank of America. You're a cloud admin. You're doing their cloud work, right? So they will have their own details, own people. They will have the access to GoDaddy's. Uh, let me open it for you. For example, GoDaddy, or in my case, BigRock. So you are not going to do everything for them. Hence, I'm not showing it to you. What you will be doing on the portal, that I'm showing it to you, but you should know at least how the process works, right? So once you are here, what you're going to do, you're going to simply add some details and you're going to share that details with the person, with their admin, and they will log in here to their admin center. You can't log in, they are not going to give you the admin access here. Look at this. Do you think they're going to give you their login access to you? No. Plus, this is not even your domain. You don't even know about it, right? You are a cloud admin. Why would you know about it? So this is how you have to go to their admin panel. And let me search my own domain. Okay, I think I wasn't logged in properly. So this is what their admin will do. But what you should know in your interview, saying the name custom domain, saying the step, adding DNS records. These two or three things, it's okay. No one is going to ask you, okay, how do you do it in BigRock? How do you do it in GoDaddy? No one is going to do that. Okay, for example, if I want to bind this, say these many domains I have, if I want to bind this domain with that domain. So now next time anyone who comes to utcloud.info, it should get redirected to this website. So that I can do here. Do you see these DNS names? I'll have to replace these DNS names and I'll have to add some DNS records, which I will get from here. So that everything happens in custom domain. So you don't have to remember these steps. You don't have to know all of these. You don't have to say it in your interview, all the steps. But what you should remember is that, okay, to use a web app with your domain, with your company's domain, what feature do we have? We have custom domain. So even if your interviewer is not asking you specifically about it, if he's only asking, okay, have you worked on web app? Have you worked on app service? Then you can talk about, yes, I have worked on app service, the basics of app service, how it works, etc. Then talk about the deployment. Yes, we did the deployment using VS Code. And then talk about, then we used custom domain feature, and then app was up and ready for users to use it. So use these keywords, use these jargons. This is why I'm showing it to you, right? Rest, we don't have to go and do it here. Okay, now this has been done. Deployment center, we have deployed it. Any doubts, any questions, guys, still here? We have deployed it. My website is up and running. You guys are able to access my website. Any questions, any doubts? Please feel free to ask, guys, if you have any doubts, any questions. When it comes to PaaS segment, it is very important. They will, for sure, they will ask about web app. Function app, logic app, it is still fine. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll just read the theory part. Web app is must. So any doubts, Aragya, Heather, Hanif, Hussein, Ibtisam, Wasim, Priyanka, Shagun? Any doubts, guys?
No doubts.
No,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Then let's talk about this blue-green deployment. They will literally ask you what is a blue-green deployment. They use this word. This is a technical jargon of Azure, blue-green deployment. So what is a blue-green deployment? Now imagine, guys, you are using, or let's take my websites, okay? You're using this website. I go ahead and check the stats. I see not many people are visiting. Maybe something is not good with my website. Uh, Maybe aesthetic is not good. Colors are not good. Maybe uh, see something is broken. Okay, codes are not mentioned properly. Something is wrong. Something is not good. I don't see the anticipated traffic. Right? I don't see that. I see people are just clicking on that, spending 5 minutes and leaving. So something is fishy or something is not correct, which is not attracting people to stay on my website and browse my course. So in traditional environment, what do you think we'll do? In traditional environment, when I'm hosting this website on a virtual machine, what do you think we can do? Yes, guys, please be fast. We have to finish this blue and green deployment in this session itself. Otherwise, next week I don't want to take that gap. In one recording, it always better. Give any answers, whatever comes to your mind. I mean, obviously some relevant. I am hosting this website on a web server, and this is the website, and I feel something is not correct. I want to change something. So what options do we have? Not talking about the coding
Let's
part.
say
Coder
UI.
has done the part, he has given you the new code. What will you do as a cloud admin? Okay, no coding questions to you guys. This is not looking good. None of your business. What do I do? Your coder is pathetic, right? Fine. Coder has done the new job. He has given me the new code. What will I do as a cloud admin? Look at the same issue I had with the UT-Kloud app, which you guys are using. I did not like it. I went to coder. He has given me new user interface. But what do I do with this?
I upload the Soil, so we upload the code in the web apps, no?
No, not talking about the web app as of now. In traditional environment, what will you do, guys?
In traditional environment, let's say if we get a code, so
Hmm.
we upload them.
But I already have a code
We
there, right? I already have this code in my server. How will I upload it? Do I have to remove it?
we
Is
are
there any downtime?
yeah, there is a downtime. So we are changing the code, right?
Yes, we
So
are changing the code.
we will first ask for a downtime from the client. We will take a backup of the existing code.
Hmm.
Okay, just to make sure that if anything goes wrong, so we upload that backup,
Perfect.
and then we add this new code.
Yes. So that's what you'll do, guys. You'll take a backup of existing code. You'll go ahead and replace all these files, replace all these files with these files. Backup, there is a downtime, and then next time, once it is up, maybe an hour or 2 hours, you're done with it. Next time, when it is up and running, you will see the new code here. You will see the new website. That is the traditional approach. However, with web app, what feature have we got? It's your deployment slots. So that blue and green deployment, blue green deployment, this is nothing. It's a deployment slot. So now I can add a slot here. I'm under same app service. and I'm adding a slot. I'm not adding a new app service, guys. I'm just adding a slot, and then I'll give it a name called new. What settings do I want? I want to clone everything from my existing web app. So I'm cloning the settings. What setting it could be? It could be any other setting like connection with database, authentication, etc. Though we have not done it, but you don't have to repeat it. So you're doing it. What are you doing it now here? You are creating a new slot, guys. You're not doing a new web app. If when I go to the main screen and come back here, I will always have one single web app. Okay, I'm just adding a slot here. So let it get added and then I'll show it to you how to use that. Okay. Can you see? Now I have a new slot available, right? This is my production slot, the one which you guys are looking at. Now this is a new slot I have available. First thing, what let me do, instead of going ahead and in a traditional environment, what we used to do, instead of going ahead and replacing it, let me create a new slot and let me put the code on the new slot. That is what is a blue-green deployment is. It allows me to put a code on a different slot. And with that, I can also manage that what kind of traffic should go to my new app. So if I say 10% of traffic, look at this. Now, if I'm getting 100 requests, 90 will go to the production environment, to the actual one, the one which is open with you guys, and 10 will go to the new web app. And then using some softwares, I will be able to compare that where people are staying more. I can do 50-50 also. That 50% should go here, 50% should go there, right? Now I will be able to uh, figure it out that where people are spending more time instead of going directly to the new code. Let's say I jump into the new code and then I realize people were earlier they were spending 5 minutes and now they're spending only 2 minutes. It's a disaster. It's worse than the previous code, right? So before I go ahead and come to jump to some conclusion, I can give it a try. I can make sure that 50% traffic is going there and 50% traffic is coming here. So this is how I can have a deployment slot. But now, does this deployment slot already have a code? If you go and check this specific one, now let me share it with you and you guys let me know whether this has my code or not. This has my new code or not.
No, it will not because we just copied. Right?
Yes, I simply just created it. And whatever I copied, guys, that was settings. It did not copy the code. It didn't even copy my code. It is just copied the settings, which network should be able to access, etc. Now go ahead and click on the new link. I've shared the new link. You'll come to know what will you see. Let me know what do you see quickly.
A default page, you can see.
Default page, right? Because we haven't deployed anything. So again, let's go ahead and deploy them. We'll use the same thing, same process. Let's just refresh it. So I'll be able to see my new slot here. Now, do you see the slot available here? First, let me see if that slot is available here. And I'm going to deploy the new code using this slot. Can you see the new slot is available here? And I can deploy to the slot. But if I deploy it now, which folder will get deployed, guys? Old or new?
Old one.
Old one. Can you see it here? This folder will get deployed. So before that, what do I have to do? Make sure that I open the correct folder. So here I have got the code. Here I have the code from my developer team. So I'll copy this and open it from here. Paste the address. Okay, it's already there, so I'll just select the new folder. Okay, now look at the name. It is a new folder. Now I can again go back to my Azure, go back to my app service, select that deployment slot. By the way, same things can be done from here also. Again, deployment center, and I can use FTP and I can do it. The only difference is now I am on new deployment center, new deployment slot. Look at this case. I'm not using two app services. Okay. If I use two app services, everything will be different. I'm using the same app services in two slots, two different slots. So that is what your deployment slots are. I'm using this one now. So let it appear here and then I'll be able to push the code. And once I push the code, you will see the new code available under this. And then traffic will be distributed 50-50, not directly. I mean, there are some DNS settings, etc. we'll have to do. And then the traffic will be uh, distributed 50-50. Then you can use some third-party softwares, etc., and you will come to know where people are spending more time. Which one are they liking it? Are they liking the old view? Maybe let's say that this wasn't the scenario that people are not using my website. Maybe they are liking my website already, but I want to enhance something, right? They're liking it very much and they're spending more time and good enough. And I don't want to break that. Hence, before putting the new one, I want to test it, right? And this test, I'm not talking about your QA testers, not within the company. I'm talking about the actual environment. जो आपके QA testers वगैरह कंपनी में करते हैं वो तो एक अलग ही है, right? That's a different thing. There, wherever you put the code doesn't matter. That is not impacting your production. I want to test it in production environment with end users directly. So I can do this that okay, let 20% people go there. My actual 80% people will go there. Let them use the existing one. Let 20% people go to my new UI. How the website looks to them, how shopping experiences with them. Are they spending more time over there, or are they immediately quicking? They're not liking it. That all things I can use. I can do that all analysis using this feature. As in, not directly with this feature, but this feature allows the traffic to be distributed. The rest you'll have to use some third-party softwares, etc., to monitor your traffic, right? That you'll have to do separately. But once you're sure about it, that which one is working fine, then I'll show you what to do first. Let's say if it is here. Yes, we have it here. App service, UT-Kloud, deployment slots, new, deploy to the slot. And by default, it is going to take this UT-Kloud, this folder. Why? Because I had opened this folder earlier. Now it is being deployed. It is deploying the file and the same link which you guys have. Maybe you can refresh in a minute and you should be able to see. I hope I have changed the color coding. Otherwise, you won't even come to know that what is new and what is old. But let it get deployed and then we'll see. We have only 10 minutes in this session. Let me finish it. Okay, it is deploying. Okay, deployment has been done successfully. Still may take some time because the deployment has been done here. But if you go to the portal, and if you go here, okay, it's done. Can you guys go ahead and check that website, the new link which I have shared with you? And let me know what do you see. Yes, yes. What about others other than Priyanka and Aragya? You guys have shared the screenshot. Are you able to see that new website? Great. Now, let's say that I'm happy with the new code. Everything works fine. Right? So what will I have to do here? It's I simply have to come to the deployment slot. Both of them are running, right? I'm happy with this one. Now I can simply swipe it. The moment I click on swipe, okay, now UT-Kloud new to this one. This will be swiping with each other. That's all I have to do just to put my new code. See, imagine how easy it is. In traditional environment, we used to have downtime, etc. A lot of things, right? A lot of things over there. Here, I can test the code before I deploy. I can be sure that, okay, people are liking it. People are spending more time compared to the old UI. So this is the good time where I can replace my UI. Right now, the production, I'm happy with it, and I'm making sure that this becomes the production URL. So I simply just have to click on a swipe, and while it is swiping, your old environment is still working. If you guys have a link to that, you can click on that also. It is still working. And the moment it will be completed, swipe will be completed, you will see the new website, 100% the new website. Can you guys go ahead and uh, click on the first link which I shared with you, not the new one, first link, where you are seeing, looking at the green screen, this one. By the way, this backend color green and blue, I just did it purposely for your understanding. So it will come to your mind whenever someone is asking you, what do you understand by blue green deployment? So this practical should be there in your mind, right? And you should be able to explain it. That okay, we do get two deployment slots. We can have new code also over there. We can have the traffic also over there. We can distribute the traffic, right? All of these things should come to your mind. Now look at this. The new code, it has become my production environment. So this is how it is, guys. This is the simplest way you can use you can use your application, you can deploy your application, it can be up and running very easily. No machine, you don't even if you don't have any knowledge of virtual machine, if I give you one Linux machine and now ask you to if I give you a Linux machine and this code, will you guys be able to host with this website for me? What do you think? I'll give you this code. I'll share it with you. Very small code. Let's say I shared it with you on Google Drive or anywhere. And I ask you, this is my Linux machine, deploy the code for me. How many of you will be able to do it? Unless you have worked on Linux for a long time, you won't be able to do it. Same applies to Windows. Right? At least Windows has some features you can read and do something. Linux will give you simple black screen. If you don't know the command, you can't even go one step ahead. At least in Windows, you can see, read something, click here and there, and try to do something. But both are difficult, right? Unless you know the operating system. But here, did you require any operating system? No. As far as you know cloud well, without having any operating system knowledge, you are able to deploy the website, and not only deploy in just okay manner, but in better features, with better features. That okay, even if you want to go ahead and swipe the deployment, you can do that. Now look at this, guys. It went to 100% automatically. The moment we swiped it, it went to the new UI automatically. My domain did not change, nothing changed, but my code changed in zero downtime. So this is the method which we use. This is your app service. One more thing I want to show you guys, but not today. Obviously, we have only 4 minutes. Next session also we are going to spend on app services like we have web app, we have function app, then we have key vault. There are a few more app services. So maybe next session we are going to spend on PaaS again. There I will show you how to do it using continuous deployment, which is CI/CD, one of the DevOps concept. Not a part of our course, but still I will show it to you once. If you talk about that also in your interview, it will give you the edge. So next week, guys, which is 13th and 14th April, sorry, 12th and 13th April, Maybe whole 2 sessions I will spend on PaaS, or maybe one session is enough. Once that is done, then we are going to start with storage. And from storage itself, it starts creating the foundation of your migration. Understand, migration is a backbone. Without migration, you're not cracking any interview. Without migration, you're not getting any job, because most of the work in the industry, it is related to migration, right? This code also, sometimes you will just pick up this code from on-prem and put it on the cloud. That is also one type of migration. And so migration is always there, will be there for a long time, at least for a decade now, unless all machines are moving to cloud. So from storage itself, your migration concept, because ASR and few details are there. So from storage itself, the foundation will be started for migration. So we'll do storage, then we'll do after storage, we'll do replication. It is a part of storage only. Here it is, storage and replication, and then we'll go ahead and do the migration. This will conclude our training. But without migration, you will not be able to do anything. You'll not be able to survive. We won't be able to clear the interview, guys. Okay? So from next session, it will be very crucial. Maybe next weekend I'll spend on PaaS. And PaaS is also not just basic service. They will definitely ask you about PaaS, right? So spend some time on web app. I'll be covering function app and logic app. Uh, we have seen load balancer. Load balancer is also a PaaS service. Then we are going to see key vault and some basic small features which I have kept here and there, because you needed some prior knowledge. For example, traffic manager. You didn't know how to use traffic manager before knowing the app service. Now you know the app service. Now you can imagine putting the app services in the background. You can have two app service for one website, and then you can use a load balancer, right? For example, private endpoint, service endpoint, that I will cover. Azure Key Vault I'm going to cover. These are very small, hardly take 5, 10, 10 minutes, 15 minutes each of them. Azure Policy I can cover. Right, so maybe next week we'll spend with PaaS service and these miscellaneous one. And next to next week, which is our 19th of April, there we are going to take storage, right? If you guys need a break to cover all of these, let me know. I can skip for one weekend. If you want to continue, I'm happy with that also. Right, this one, 19th and 20th, it's a long weekend. We have Good Friday and Easter and Saturday, Sunday. So if you want to spend a lot of time and go back and revise all of these things before coming to storage, I am happy to do that. Let me know in advance. We can discuss that in the group. But next week, we'll finish PaaS and remaining services, and then we'll start with storage, replication, and migration. That will conclude your course. But without migration, you won't be able to crack a single interview, guys. So be focused, don't skip, be attentive, and do ask questions. Go ahead and watch the recordings and do ask questions. Okay. We have only 30 seconds left. We'll stop the session now. See you guys next week.